Smith, tough bucket. And then
keeps her eyes on the rim the whole time. And then down here, Nalyssa Smith bang and bang. And she prefers the turn and fade.
Nalyssa Smith was dismissed from the Indiana Fever, and believe me, this situation is as intense and unexpected as it can get.
Since I've been here, it's always just to get better, and so we were fortunate enough to make the playoffs.
We're talking about locker room drama, bad jokes, selfish plays, and the fall of a star player who thought she couldn't be beaten.
WNBA draft, the Indiana Fever select Nalyssa Smith, Baylor University.
Nalyssa Smith, such an incredible career at Baylor, and she becomes the second pick of the 2022 WNBA draft. She'll be at the foundation of what Indiana hopes is a quick rebuild.
It turns out that Caitlin Clark's bullies aren't just from other WNBA teams, but also within the Indiana Fever. One moment that really stands out is when Nalyssa Smith was involved in a shocking incident. Remember when Carrington dug her claws into Caitlin's eyes like she was trying to scratch off a lottery ticket? The whole situation was disgusting, and what made it worse was that the referees ignored it completely, acting like it never happened. This dark moment really showed the extent of the hostility Caitlin Clark was facing, even from her own league.
The question is, you guys hear her? Hold on.
But guess who found the moment perfect for a joke? Nalyssa Smith. Instead of supporting Caitlin, Nalyssa was caught laughing with Dejan Carrington, showing just how deep the division within the Indiana Fever went. It was a shocking and disappointing moment.
Ow!
Oh, I'm sorry.
You poked me in the eye.
Natisha Heidemann inside to Hatar, blocked by Bryant.
They made a joke about the eye poke like it was some twisted comedy act. Seriously, Nalyssa? That's your teammate out there, taking brutal hits like a warrior, and you're cracking jokes like you're auditioning for a stand-up special. Worse jokes than Hannah Gadsby, honestly. Instead of supporting her, Nalyssa chose to make light of the situation, completely ignoring the pain and unfair treatment Caitlin was enduring. It was a low point for team unity and respect.
We've all been a part of teams. We've been playing basketball so long.
This joke wasn't just embarrassing, it was a major warning sign about the team's unity. Picture Caitlin Clark, one of the top stars in the league, and getting poked in the eye, only to see her own teammate laughing it off. If you've ever wondered what the opposite of team spirit looks like, here's your answer. A moment of pain and betrayal, all for the sake of a joke. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel so you stay updated on our videos. Now, let's dive into some key stats. Nalyssa Smith certainly has the skill, but her playing style is as selfish as they come. We're talking about missed rotations, defensive errors, and an ego so inflated it could fill the arena. It's like she believes every play should go through her, even if it leads to bad shots and careless turnovers. This mindset isn't just frustrating, it's hurting the team's overall performance.
That second quarter, being able to get in there and go right back to the paint, I think was a really smart move for Christy Seisler.
Smith is still slow to get up, now making her way back over here to Head Athletic.
You know what's crazy? In key moments when the Fever needed a smart, team-focused play, Nalyssa went rogue. Instead of passing to an open Caitlin Clark, she'd drive into double coverage or take contested fadeaway jumpers, ignoring her teammates. It was like she was on a mission to prove she could do it all by herself. Spoiler alert, that mission failed and the show flopped.
And I have one on the side. It's in Chinese, and it says "Family Forever," and it's a family tattoo we're all getting. My brother had got it first, and then I had decided to get it, and my parents are gonna get it too. So it's gonna be a tattoo that's like within the family. And then my last one would probably be the back of my leg. It was from my grandma when she passed away.
And here's where things get really juicy. Behind the scenes, sources reveal there was major tension between Caitlin Clark and Nalyssa Smith. Caitlin, known for her intense work ethic and unselfish play, allegedly felt betrayed by Nalyssa's attitude. Instead of supporting her teammate, Nalyssa was more focused on cracking jokes and playing selfish basketball. The divide between them grew so deep that it began to impact the entire team's dynamic. What should have been a united front turned into a fractured group. with players picking sides. The team's chemistry started to unravel, and it was becoming painfully obvious to everyone.
For everybody, like, it's gonna open up things for everybody, because you got her, AB's open. You got AB, I'm open. You got me, Kelsey Mitchell's open. And so forth. Like, we have so many scorers that it's like you can't focus on one person because everybody can score. Everybody's great on this team.
It got to the point where Caitlin Clark was basically playing with a handicap. You could see it on the court. The chemistry was completely off. But instead of addressing the issue head on, head coach Christy Sides tried to downplay the situation. She did everything she could to make it work, despite having to deal with Nalyssa's massive ego, selfish play, and reluctance to fit into the team system. Christy worked tirelessly to patch up the cracks, attempting to steer the team towards success. But when one of her key players was actively sabotaging the team, it became impossible to fix. Eventually, Christy couldn't patch up the mess and was shown the door.
From the Sparks perspective there, no Liz campaign. She's going to have another turnover here. And looked like Netta made some contact with Smith, who's still down.
Let's be real here. Nalyssa's attitude played a major role in why Christy Sides lost her job. Management recognized that despite the team's strong performance overall, the chemistry wasn't improving. Caitlin Clark had raised the standard for the Indiana Fever, and midway through the season, fans were starting to believe the team had a real shot at making the playoffs, even the WNBA championship. The postseason seemed within reach. However, it's tough to progress when you've got a player more focused on her individual stats than the team's success. Nalyssa's selfish play became a glaring issue that held the team back, and that ultimately cost Christy her job.
That one. Hey, but don't get complacent, because it could change quick. We got to keep our foot on their neck.
The decision to fire Nalyssa Smith was long overdue. No matter how hard you try, Nalyssa, you will never be Caitlin Clark. Let's face the facts. Sure, you've had your moments, but when we compare your success to Caitlin's, it's not even in the same league. Caitlin is already rewriting the history books, while you're still trying to find your place. Caitlin Clark is the player who single-handedly carried Iowa, breaking scoring records and hitting three-pointers from what seemed like the parking lot. She's been making highlight reels since day one, while you're still playing a secondary role in someone else's story.
Nelson Adota trying to save it, and does. And now Clark comes up with a steal. Clark thought about pulling up from three, will dip inside and lay it in. There are the first points in the WNBA career of Caitlin Clark.
Take it at the rim. Here, hesitation. You have to go. Her first two.
Caitlin Clark isn't just a great player, she's a legend in the making. As the all-time leading scorer in college basketball, a two-time player of the year, and a Final Four MVP, she's racked up the honors, shattered records, and earned the respect of the entire league. Meanwhile, Nalyssa, you're still coasting off a few good games and the hype from your college days. Let's be honest, you've never carried a team like Caitlin has. You couldn't even step up as a reliable second option for the Fever, let alone be the leader they needed. Caitlin's impact on the court speaks for itself, and it's light years ahead of anything you've shown.
Defense to come down and collapse leads to open three opportunities.
Clark nudged. Tim believes there's some acting going on, and Clark has some words for her back. Each other in the two meetings and then tonight's game.
And that ridiculous joke with Joni Carrington after she nearly clawed Caitlin Clark's eyes out on the court. Melissa, you thought that was funny? Laughing at your own teammate getting poked in the eye isn't just bad taste. It's a complete lack of leadership and team spirit. Caitlin Clark fights for every point, every possession, leaving everything out on the court. Meanwhile, you were laughing as if you'd rather watch her fall. It's moments like these that show why you'll never reach Caitlin's level. While Caitlin is putting everything on the line for the team, you're busy wrecking the team's chemistry. You may think you're putting up solid stats, but in reality, they're empty. Sure, you had a few double-doubles here and there, but what impact did they really have? Your points came when the game was already decided, and your rebounds were off missed free throws. Caitlin Clark, on the other hand, drops 30 points when it matters most. She's a killer in the clutch, always stepping up when her team needs her. And where are you when the game is on the line? You disappear. This is why Caitlin will always be remembered as a true leader while you're stuck playing second fiddle.
blocked in that possession. It goes to show how unselfish this team is. And looked like he got her right there with her forehead into her nose.
When the pressure's on, Caitlin Clark delivers. She's the type of player who takes control of the game and ensures her team wins. You, Nalyssa, are the one missing turnovers, blowing easy layups and making selfish plays that cost the team dearly. It's no surprise the Fever were better off letting you go. The Indiana Fever were already struggling, but your attitude only made things worse. Nalyssa, you played like you had something to prove, but instead of showing you could lead, you showed everyone that you were part of the problem. Caitlin Clark was meant to be the cornerstone, but instead of supporting her, you only added fuel to the fire. Every selfish play, every missed defensive assignment, and every forced bad shot was a setback for the team. You were supposed to be a leader, but instead you made the path to success even harder for the Fever.
He gets it. Here's Hamby on the post. Against Samuelson, stripped away, picked up by Clark. Clark, the feet underneath, back Binley working against Giroux. What a move there. Channel defense by the Sparks fans. 6 on the shot clock. Clark, a deep three. Oop, that is. She missed her first 7.
You could see it in your teammates' faces. They knew exactly what was going on. They were angry because they realized you were chasing stats instead of chasing wins. While Caitlin Clark was diving for loose balls and making the extra pass, you were standing there acting like you were above it all. You thought you were the star, but stars make their teammates better. Instead, you did the opposite, isolating yourself from the team's success. The frustration was evident, and your selfish play only made the team's struggles worse. You weren't elevating anyone. You were dragging them down.
Ow! Oh, I'm sorry. You poked me in the eye.
With Stephanie White now at the helm as head coach, there's no room for your antics, Nalyssa. White is focused on building a winning culture, and she knows it starts with cutting out the drama. She won't tolerate diva behavior, lazy defense, or a selfish mindset. You had your chance to embrace a team-first approach, and you blew it. White is all about players who give 100% for the team, and you couldn't adapt. You couldn't fit into the system or put the team before yourself. White made it clear, get with the program or get out. And Nalyssa, you got the boot.
Not chugging it.
1. Woo! Chug, Leo season coming up. Oh, God.
Let's call it what it is. Good riddance, Nalyssa. The Fever are better off without you. Now they can build a team of players who actually want to win, who respect each other, and who understand what it means to fight for every possession. With you out of the picture, Caitlin Clark can finally take control without having to watch her back for a teammate more focused on personal stats than the team's success. This is Caitlin Clark's show now. She's the kind of player who elevates everyone around her. Generous, clutch, and most importantly, a winner. You had the chance to be part of something special, Nalyssa, but you chose the selfish route. Now, you're stuck watching from the sidelines.
26 likes on the first one? Sheesh.
Can't tell.
You see the likes?
You're stupid. It smells like barbecue, right? Or I'm tripping.
It smells like some type of food is being grilled.
You must be furious right now, Nalyssa, watching Caitlin Clark dominate the league, steal the spotlight, and get fans excited in ways you never could. It's clear you can't handle it, right? You're part of that bitter group that just can't stomach Caitlin's success. Instead of elevating your own game, you're too busy rolling your eyes and downplaying her achievements like that's going to change anything. You had your chance to be a rising star, but now you're stuck watching Caitlin break records and take over highlight reels. It must sting to see her bring in the crowd while you're just another name on the list, struggling to stay relevant. The problem isn't Caitlin's height, it's that she's everything you wish you could be. Electric, adored by fans, and a true game changer. Step up, because she's already miles ahead, leaving you in the dust.
Step back 3 just below the logo, drills it. She's a rookie
And she's 22 years old, the same as her jersey, but those heels were right at the logo.
Instead of using that jealousy to motivate yourself, you're sitting there angry, trying to convince everyone that Caitlin's overrated, but deep down, you know you can't match her impact, her numbers, or her star power. You're left on the sidelines while she rises, and you're still fighting to make your mark. It's almost sad. If only you could channel that energy into improving your game instead of focusing on your bitterness. Now, we'll see the Fever play with a level of teamwork and ease that was impossible before. This is Caitlin Clark's era, and it's going to be incredible to watch.
Clark launches, hits a three.
This will be their third.
So what's next for Nalyssa Smith? She certainly has the talent, but if she doesn't fix her attitude, she risks becoming a journeyman player, bouncing from team to team like someone who just can't get it together. Maybe she'll land with a small market team that's willing to take a chance on her, or head overseas where she can be the focal point without the need to worry about team chemistry. Wherever she goes, one thing is clear: Nalyssa has a lot to prove. She needs to adopt the right mindset, be willing to play within a team structure, and have the humility to accept her role. If Nalyssa can't learn these lessons, this might just be the beginning of the end for her career. Her firing from the Fever serves as a turning point not only for her, but for the entire team. It's a wake-up call for anyone who believes they're bigger than the team. The Fever are now ready to rebuild with players who are committed, who understand what it truly means to fight for the win, and who will give everything for the team.
Todd Champlin. Fever. And the Fever will take a timeout.
So what do you all think? Was this the right move by the Fever? Will Caitlin Clark and Stephanie White be able to turn this team around? Drop your thoughts in the comments, smash that like button, and make sure you're subscribed for more WNBA drama. Until next time, stay tuned, stay excited, and keep balling.